Yo, tell all them clones to get off the throne because the king is back, baby. What's up, everybody? It's your boy King Bean, and welcome back to another show, another video, and a brand new episode. And yo, you know you're now rocking with the best. Word up. Shout out to everybody who sent me the well wishes while I was out in the hospital. Just to let you guys know, I am home, but I still got a ways to go. And I'm gonna fill y'all guys in on that later. I think y'all do deserve to know that. But I really don't want to talk about that so much today. I just want to send my shout outs and say thank you to my man, the Smasher 05. You always got my back. Always appreciate that, homie. My man Melvin. Shout out to you, dude. Thanks for sending the well wishes. Also, my homegirl, 219 Gary, Indiana. I know she abbreviate Indiana. Miss K. Thank you so much. That really meant a lot to me. And shout out to my main man, JimmyBGaming, for sending me well wishes as well. I really appreciate that. And all these guys, they got subscriptions, man. Go check them out. Go check out their channels, and they always putting up interesting things. I really appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate all the well wishes that really helped me get through. I felt like a hostage situation, and dealing with diabetes is it's not fun. It's not fun. And I'll talk about that in another video. Probably do that this week. But apparently I missed out on a lot of things this week. I mean, I was still in the YouTube space, but not too much. I was just more focused on getting better and getting well. But one thing that I've noticed that people have been complaining about is the terms of service, man. And yo, YouTube is really starting to enforce that, and people are crying foul on YouTube. But I'm gonna tell you something, guys. Man, if you're crying foul on YouTube, you might as well go ahead and cry a river like Justin Timberlake and 50 Cent did in their song, because it doesn't matter what you think about their policy. It was already in there. They're enforcing it now, and I'm gonna give you my opinion on that, or why they are enforcing it. Now, YouTube, I honestly believe, and working in corporate America, I kind of understand a little bit how corporate America works, and I'm pretty sure if you're an adult, if you've been in corporate America and working for a while, you will understand this. Corporate America and dealing with YouTube, I think YouTube sponsors, I think these people who were running these ads, I think they went to YouTube behind the scenes, and they had a meeting. It was like, look, we don't want our product to be associated with shenanigans or foul mouths or things like that, because YouTube, the community is growing. As far as what I understand, Google is the #1 search engine that's out there, and also YouTube is the #2 search engine as far as what I understand. And YouTube's been growing, so there's been more people searching those two different sites, although they're all owned by Google. They've been searching those sites, and they're finding these YouTubers, and they're being sponsored, but these guys, they're using a lot of foul language, a lot of inappropriate content, but they're getting paid for it. And sponsors don't like to have their names tied to something like that, because that's what the public perception is when they get out there in the corporate world. Just like for me and my job, there's certain things we can't do with our job. Like, well, of course, we used to be able to put up Christmas decorations years ago. We can't put those things up anymore because they're afraid they're going to offend somebody. Or even when I was in the hospital, I mean, it was crazy just to ask you, like, hey, what religion are you? I said, well, I grew up a Christian. That's what I grew up as. Okay, we'll make sure we get this particular pastor here to come and talk to you. It's weird. It's a weird dynamic, and I think YouTubers, as YouTubers begin to grow and they see themselves as being free spirited and say whatever they want to say, you got to understand, Google is still a business. YouTube is a business, and they want to secure that money. I don't care what you think about anything. Money rules the world. And if these corporate sponsors saying, hey, look, we'll start pulling our ads from Google, and we'll pull them from YouTube, that's going to cost YouTube money. So if it's going to cost them money, you got darn right, they're going to make some changes. And so that's what YouTube is really pushing. And I see a lot of YouTubers saying, well, now there's going to be the bigger YouTubers, they're going to start complaining about it, and YouTube's going to change it. Wrong. And I don't know if you guys ever seen this movie by Chris Rock. It's one of my favorite movies that Chris Rock has ever done. It's called I Think I Love My Wife. And there's one scene when Chris Rock is kind of screwing up because he's infatuated with this female, so his job starts slacking off. and his boss was sitting in the conference room. And in this conference room, if you ever seen one of the old movies where they had these long conference desks that's probably about 20 feet, 30 feet long, that's the type of desk they were sitting at. And his boss was talking to Chris Rock's character, and he said, "Hey man, you make a lot of money for this company." And he said, don't get this twisted. We can still drop you and survive. He showed them a quarter. He put the quarter on the desk and showed, this is how much you are worth to our company. So I said that to say this. It doesn't matter how big PewDiePie is. It doesn't matter how big Francis is. Boogie, I think his name is Boogie. It doesn't matter who Leafy is. It doesn't matter who they are, how big these guys are, how many millions of subscribers they have. Even Machinima. You see they attacked Machinima too. They demonetized their videos. It doesn't matter how big you think they are. They're not bigger than corporate America. They're not bigger than YouTube. And JimmyBGaming pointed that out last night in the Weapon Wheel. I think, hey guys, y'all should check out the Weapon Wheel. It is really good. My man Jimmy be on it. You know, Hard 8 Times, Black Bond, Jack Move Johnny, BG, and Kid Smooth. You know, all them guys be on there. It's a really good podcast. It's really fun, it's funny and everything. But anyway, you have to understand, they're not bigger than Google. They're not bigger than YouTube. They're not bigger than that. Those guys can all walk and leave. And guess what? Somebody else is going to take their place. And somebody who's going to play by Google's rules and play by YouTube rules, they're going to be pushed up. They're the ones that's going to get their stuff pushed to the top. And it may not be as entertaining, but these people are going to do it. And over time, we as consumers of this entertainment industry, we're going to watch it. We'll complain about it, but we're going to watch it. It's just like paying for Xbox Live or paying for, PlayStation Plus. We complain about it, but guess what we do? We end up doing it anyway. So it's just one of those things that's going to happen. And so my thinking on this is simply that YouTube decided to drop the hammer on the bigger YouTubers to get them in line. They figure if they can get these guys here in line, even though they're going to bitch and complain a little bit about that, they get these guys in line, that's going to trickle down to everybody else. If you want to make money or make a living on YouTube or on, doing your videos and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So there are some people who make a living on YouTube. They make money on that. And I'm not knocking them for making money for doing something that you love to do. But you got to understand, we live in a world where corporate America rules the world, besides the international bankers. But that's a whole nother subject for a whole nother day. But corporate America rules the world. And understand this, corporations are bigger than YouTube. They're I don't want to say bigger than YouTube. I'm sorry, bigger than YouTubers. Their pockets a lot deeper. They can go a lot longer. And when you're talking about pulling ad revenue, I don't know what the dollar amount that Google is getting from their ad revenue, but I'm pretty sure it's a pretty good, significant amount. And like I said, money rules the world. And then the other thing, what I think Google is doing, honestly, I think they're really pushing that YouTube Red. They really want people on YouTube Red. You pay the $9.99 a month for it. You get on YouTube Red, you can talk about pretty much whatever you want, however you want, because it's a paid subscription. And those guys, when I was listening to those guys from ETC, they said their monies was still coming in from the YouTube Red if you signed up for it. But on the regular YouTube site, they had demonetized them. I think they may have gotten their money back now. I'm not sure. They may have monetized them again, but I don't know if they're going to get that revenue back that they lost or what have you. But think about this. YouTube is telling you, you can make whatever kind of videos you want. You could do it however you want. You can still be as vulgar. You can still be as out there. You could be as controversial as you want, but you're not going to make any money on regular YouTube. And that's not going to happen. And like I said, I think YouTube is going into this direction, but they're changing their business model and they want to keep that ad revenue coming in. Because like I said before, ad revenue and sponsorships, they bring in revenue to YouTube. They're bringing revenue into YouTubers who they're sponsored, but they don't want to be linked to somebody who they feel is not going to be a PC type of guy. And I don't mean personal computer. I mean somebody who's politically correct type of guy. If you're not politically correct, basically, honestly, they're not going to want to be tied to you, and they don't want their products linked to you at all. So what do? They shut down your revenue for it. It's either you change. You can keep the videos up if you want. But either you change and get paid, or you don't have to change and don't get paid. So then you either got to go to the Patreon route or whatever to try to raise money for your channel to keep your living going. So guys, this terms of service, it is what it is. And it's one of those things, again, YouTube is free. We don't own YouTube as creators. I'm going to tell you like this. We do not own YouTube. We do not own Google. They could do whatever they want to in their terms of service. You may say, hey, well, I'll just leave Google and leave YouTube and won't go there. But what other options do you really have? Think about it. I mean, you got Daily Motion and all that other stuff, but is it as big as YouTube? No, it's not. And not saying that you couldn't make money off of that or Twitch or what have you. But pretty soon, I'm pretty sure if YouTube is taking the lead on this, I'm pretty sure these other companies are going to fall in line. They're going to start doing the same thing too, because YouTube and Google is the #1 search engine, #1 search market for anything. So this is one of the things you got to live with, guys. It's not going to change. I don't think it will ever change. They decided to enforce it, and I still think that money is the reason why they're doing it. Sponsorships, that is highly important to corporate America. And like I said, you may not like it, but look around you, man. Don't walk around with blinders on. You look around. You look at the NFL, look at the NBA, look at NASCAR, look at whatever your favorite sporting event. Look at your favorite TV shows. You look at them. You'll see how everything is politically correct. Look at these different advertisements. You look at them. As soon as somebody look, I'm gonna take you for an example. I know it seems like I'm rambling, but I'm gonna take you for an example real quick. Look at Kobe Bryant. Okay, one of my favorite basketball players. I grew up a Laker fan. I love Kobe Bryant. When that stuff went down with Kobe Bryant in Eagle, Colorado, he lost all the sponsorships from McDonald's, Sprite. I think even Nike, they cut him for a while before they brought him back. It took him a long time before they decided to bring this guy back and have his own sponsorships. And not saying that can't happen to any YouTuber, but understand that, again, like I said, sponsors will pull their ad, they'll pull their support for you if they feel like you're going to be toxic to their environment, because they're looking out for their money. And like I said, these YouTubers, you got to understand you're in a different ballgame, especially when you start making money and you're depending on ad revenue for your source of income. You got to play by their rules. Anybody who's paying you, you got to play by their rules. So my advice to you, probably get your own website going. Get you something, drive that traffic to your own website. That way you won't have to deal with that. You can get the kind of sponsors that you want. It's going to take some leg work to doing sales and things like that. But do that if you want to make some money, or go to Patreon route. But like I said, YouTube is going this way, and I think it's here to stay. And hate to say that for everybody, but in my opinion, it is what it is. So anyway, I'm sorry I didn't mean to make this video this long, but again, I just wanted to talk about that real quick. And also, again, shout out to everybody who sent me the well wishes. I really appreciate that. And shout out to my family too, man. They watch the videos from time to time, and thank you guys for that. But anyway, it's your boy King Bean, and I'll holler at you dudes later, man. One love. Peace.